Mike, what's good?
Big Rah, what it do?
Nothing much. Welcome to another episode. Men lie, women lie, and numbers lie too. Y'all now tuning in with numbers lie. Welcome back, man. How you feeling?
You know, every day above ground is a good day, my guy.
True indeed, true
So
indeed.
enjoying it. The weather is good, so it's a good look.
Yeah, I don't know how good it is. It's freaking hot.
That's
But
good to me. That's good to me, though.
I feel you. That's because you're a winner, baby. But yeah, man. Sure. What we game six? Game six coming on, right? Is that right?
Game
Game
six.
six. How you feeling
Yeah.
about it?
Well, I'm not sure if you've seen, some of the headlines pertaining to the articles in regards to Tyrese Halliburton. If he's hurt, if he's not 100% pertaining to that calf, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's over.
This will end. Yeah, this will end tonight. OKC will, put the nail in the coffin. 4-2. The Pacers, had a good fight. Extremely resilient team. They did a lot of amazing things this season. I think they even overachieved this season, especially when you and I discuss talent and things of that nature. But
Word.
we know one of the biggest keys pertaining to the Pacers actually winning a game is Tyrese. And if Tyrese can't be 100% to get downhill, to get the pace of the game and able to create certain things for his teammates, then I can't really see these guys having a chance to win a ball game, regardless of what everybody else do, Siakam and all the other players on the Pacers.
I feel you. I say this. I feel even him at 100% is night night. I'd be surprised if they win this. I just feel like Tyrese. I don't even want to put it on Tyrese. I think OKC just did a great job with him. This whole series. He haven't looked how
Mhm.
he looked the whole playoffs. Um, and at the end of the day, like I said before, he's the engine behind that team. So he haven't shown anything to me this series that would say he'll find a way to kind of get it going. And that's what's needed. I think they pretty much got their number. I think Indiana know they got their number. Like when a dude got you. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely a resilient team. So I believe they're gonna fight. But I just think OKC got their number at this point. I don't really think there's really much they could do. As long as OKC come out with the feeling like this got to be closed tonight, right? Because sometimes dudes go up and they come out with a real lackadaisical spirit. But they come out with the energy feeling like, yo, we want to get this and we want to end this tonight, then end it right here in game six, then I feel like there's not really much Indiana could do. So I say with him at 100%, they still get this. If he's not at 100%, they definitely get it. But
Mhm.
they're resilient, so you can never really fully count them out, man. They have shown they're resilient. Um, so yeah, it remains to be seen, but I'm looking forward to this probably being the end of it. With your boy SGA getting his first chip. And how old is SGA right now?
I don't know, what, 26 maybe?
Okay.
I think he around that. Don't quote me on it, but I know he's around that age. I know he's around that age, and I agree with everything you said pertaining to Game Six. I believe, like you stated, OKC has kind of had Tyrese number. It was only one game that I really looked at, and he was able to kind of go downhill and beat guys on
Hmm.
the perimeter without a pick. And even that game, he really didn't take advantage of the switch when they switched that big man on him. So again, that
Yeah.
was, I'm not sure anybody is ever 100% in regards to this time of year, but that was before they was, really harping on an injury. So now with the injury and people not knowing if he's going to play or not and all of those different things, You know he's not going to come in 100% because that's an injury that doesn't heal overnight. I just don't think they really got a shot with the way that these guys was actually guarding him before that. And now you actually got an injury on top of that. And you have to kind of create a pace and beat guys off the dribble. To me, that's going to present a challenge.
Well, I'll tell you this. I wouldn't mind him not showing up tonight at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm definitely tired of these dudes showing these dudes outfits coming into the game. So I wouldn't mind if he just stay out. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes be looking crazy coming to the game, son. Where have the
Yeah, yeah.
NBA has
Let
become,
me,
son?
yeah. Let me just add this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
God, like, yeah, look at your man do it. Look at your man do it, man.
Yeah,
Like, is
man.
that a
Dude got
skirt? Yo, is
it,
that a skirt, yo?
yo, when you zoom, man, like if you look at it, it may be like some form of shorts, but it's close, man. It's definitely borderline, yo. And then I don't know
Th-
what's that top sweater he got. Look how tight it is, and what is that?
That's a blouse, man.
That's a
Nah, real talk. You laughing, man. Like that's a
yo.
blouse, man. Like that's
And
a
Tyrese,
blouse.
the picture you got is cut off, but you see he got a purse. He feeling like yeah. See, that's why his game been off, son. This is exactly why his game been off, son. Freaking wearing purses to the games, son.
Yeah,
His
I
era
don't know what
having
type of jacket Tyrese got on, but I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that.
nah.
To me,
It just when he added the purse.
yeah. When he added like we in an era now when a dude add a accessory, he may be fighting with his wife over
Yeah,
her accessories. It's rough.
yeah.
It's rough,
They
man.
might be in the
Like
same
look at it.
closet pulling out purses, talking about which one you gonna wear today. I got the black one.
Look
He
and
might
look
be.
how look, but look how he rocking the purse. Look how he letting it hang. Like
Yeah, yeah.
this is comfort. This is confidence. This is I'm killing the game. Look, we all been in a house where we felt like we was dripping and we
Yeah,
looked in the
yeah, yeah.
mirror. This man looked in a mirror, yo, said,
And
hold on,
felt
I'm missing
good.
something. But he said, hold on, I'm missing something. Slide me that purse. And this is what he came outside with, man. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
even sure what dudes is carrying in purses.
Yo, I have no
Like,
idea,
yo, what
son.
you carrying?
Lip gloss? I don't know.
Yo,
I have no idea.
your man do it, though. Your man do it. Look, son, look like he's one of these guys that could, play different sports just based on his physique and how he built. He got too much shoulders and all that to be in a
Yeah, to
black.
be in that.
You get
Yeah,
like
that's
he
crazy,
got
man.
too much
This
shoulders.
shit can't even button up tops, and that's why he only got the
Yeah,
two bottom buttons.
yeah. This is crazy. And we didn't even
And
get to your man
look at
Russell.
your man. Oh man,
We didn't
son.
even get to your man Russell.
Yo, this right here, son. Like they should have took his MVPs away for this shit.
Yeah.
Like just
This
start
is this is
snatching his
it.
trophies, son. This is a disgrace, man.
You know we New Yorkers. So you heard this saying, yo, pull your skirt down, B.
Yeah,
You heard that saying.
yeah.
Like, look at Russell, man. Look at
Yeah.
man. I guess I'm too old now, man. I guess I'm too
Yeah,
old
this
because
is
this is
crazy. But you know what's crazy? I'm trying to figure out, son. Like they went from adding, like, look at AI. They went from adding a dress code to the NBA to now having these dudes dress like women. I'm trying to figure out where do this fall under professionalism.
yeah,
Some of the stuff that they be wearing. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like if a suit, tie, regular, you know what I'm saying? Like, but where do this fall? Some of these outfits they be wearing, I'm trying to figure out. It's not really corporate attire per se. So
I
I'm
agree
trying to
with you.
figure out how we get to a point of this is still like this is. It seemed like Loans is not urban attire. It fits the dress code.
Well, you and I are in agreement pertaining to that.
You
When you
know what I'm
look at
saying? Like,
Iverson, Iverson, that was my era. So that's the way we dressed. Of course, when we look at the attire, how big it was and things of
yeah,
that
yeah, it
nature,
was
you
crazy.
laugh. You laugh because you was drowning. You was drowning in your clothes. I said, but if I got to pick, I'm going back to that attire before I start
Yeah,
walking around with purses and
and
blouses and
skirts.
skirts and all of this type of stuff, man. Like this right here is a flagrant foul. This is a flagrant
Yeah.
foul.
Yo, this
I'm not
dude
sure.
Russell though, this look crazy. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell? He
but
got a
let me say
blouse
this.
with a skirt, son. This dude Russell look like somebody grandma. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
this dude.
yeah, yeah. Dort do too. Dort
Yeah,
do too.
yeah, you right.
All he need is that church hat. All he need is that church. You know the hat I'm talking about,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
All he need is that church hat. All he need is that church hat or whatever little hat to go
Yeah,
with his
killing it
outfit.
going to church on a Sunday.
Killing it,
Like,
killing
grandma
it.
killing it going fresh to death.
You know when you sat in church before and you could barely see because one of the grandmas got on one of those crowns?
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
all we need, man. That's all we need.
Oh man, son.
I said this
Where have
is
we
this is
come to,
insane.
man?
But this goes back, Ron, to what you and I was discussing before when it came to the hockey. The the feminine aspect of the sport now is being
Word.
feminized. Like, black
Word.
men
And
are
they
being
highlighting these freaking they be highlighting these outfits. Like what why are we even showing these dudes walking in the game like these dudes think this is fashion. What the hell is this,
yeah.
son? This ain't no
Look,
fashion.
Ron, in Brooklyn, in my era, if a dude walked up to the game like that, the ref going to start with a technical foul. You got it, you giving the other team two free throws. You get what I'm saying? You giving the other team two free throws and a ball because this is unacceptable. Like you got
Yeah,
to think about
man.
this. This is grown men. I'm not sure what their situation is with kids. I think Russell got kids. I'm not sure about the Dort. I'm not sure about Tyrese. But how do you ground your kid in an outfit like this? Like, how do you punish them and send them to their room? How do you even get aggressive with somebody in a locker room when you come in dressed with this type of attire? Just
Yeah,
like
man.
they felt like basketball in regards to the NBA, particular Iverson, was too hip hop. It was too urban. So they implemented a dress code because they wanted guys not to come with do rags and jerseys and
Mm-hmm.
all of these different things and be professional. I'm not sure how this dress attire is professional. I'm
That's what
not
I was
sure.
saying. How does it fit professionalism? Like the excuse was we need to dress like we are going to work. That was the excuse, right? We gonna add a dress code because dudes need to dress professional like they heading to work. Cool, understood, whatever. Technically, you turn it into a workplace is like a job, whatever. Nobody had no pushback. So how you get from that to dudes wearing dresses?
Yeah. And
I just, you know what I'm
Russell,
saying? Like,
the way Russell Westbrook play on the court, and then to be off
yeah,
the
and then
court,
to
I
be
know
dressed like this, yeah.
yeah, I know
Look,
he think he's some type of like fashion
yo, Mike,
icon and all that. But to have this on, oh, there's no way I'm letting this dude play aggressive against me on the court
I was
when
about
you
to say the
walking around
same
in a
thing.
skirt and I don't know what else this dude got on. Like this is flagrant, man. This is
Yeah,
flagrant.
man.
And for the NBA to even be showing attire like this before the game, like
Yeah,
is acceptable.
and this dude Tyrese was fine. What made you just add a purse to that fit? Son? I'm trying to figure out. Son. It wasn't needed. It wasn't no purpose. And like who? Like I don't know,
Yeah,
man. I
I'm
don't
trying to
know.
figure out who dressing these dudes. And I'm looking at the Dort dude. He trying to show leg. Did he shave his legs for that outfit? Like, come on, man.
I don't
What
know
are we
what these
doing,
dudes
man?
do, man.
Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, we are going backwards, man,
Yeah,
pertaining to
man.
the masculinity of black men. And now
Yeah,
all of a
man.
sudden, the sports athletes that's supposed to be considered gladiators at one point in time, these are gladiators walking around with purses and dresses and whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
Like,
I
this is
mean,
crazy.
you saw the Caleb dude, the football dude. Son was painting his nails, man. He had like, come on, son. That can't be my quarterback, yo. You ain't gonna be my quarterback, son, with your nails painted. I'm good on that, yo. I'm good on that. I can't expect you, you know what I'm saying, to lead no franchise or no team in a sport as physical as football and you over there with your nails painted. I'm good on that, son. I just
Yeah,
I don't expect you to rise to the occasion when the tough get going. Son. I'm good on that, yo. I'm good.
yeah. My
You know what I'm saying?
question,
Y'all dudes painting nails, y'all wearing purses, y'all wearing blouses, y'all wearing dresses. Like, yo, leave something for the ladies, man. This is out of pocket. This is out of pocket,
yeah,
yo.
yeah,
Like
and
what?
I agree. I agree with you.
Like they
My
in there
question,
fighting.
my question, Ra, is it okay to be masculine in this day and age? Like, is it acceptable just to be masculine? Like,
Nah, what
I'm
they
really
call it?
stuck.
Toxic masculinity or something like that. That's to be masculine is to be toxic. You heard?
Yeah, yeah.
To
This
be
is,
masculine is to be toxic. You know what I'm saying? These dudes is competing with their wives on outfits and purses. And they got a purse collection, same closet as their wives. One of these dudes gonna bring out a Birkin in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be
One of these dudes
surprised.
gonna bring out a Birkin coming to the game, thinking he killing it too.
I mean, and look, and look how your man Russell Westbrook is posed. He feel like he killing it. You get
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, he's showing cleavage. He's showing some cleavage, yo. He got
Yeah,
his
you
skirt
know them
on.
old school like West Coast pits? I'm killing it, man. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
It looked like he about to do the Millie Rock. It
yeah,
really
yeah,
do. It looked like he about to do the Millie Rock. And you can't tell these guys they not killing it, man. You
yeah,
can't tell them they
man.
not killing it. Yeah, this is again, man. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
getting too old,
I
man.
look,
Maybe I'm
I
getting
feel bad for their wife or whoever in the morning, son, and trying to get dressed in the morning with them. That's rough, son. I know they definitely hogging up the bathroom. You know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying? They-
yeah.
digging
Hey, look,
in they closet, grabbing their purses. The wife try to find her purse. These dudes just left out with the purse. She calling them for the game.
look.
Did you just take
But
my purple purse? Think you was gonna wear it to your game? Yo, these dudes.
yeah,
Yo,
but
I
right,
see.
in
Yeah,
all seriousness, look, in all seriousness,
yeah,
I'm not sure who these guys have in a corner. Because if you lead a house like this and people pat you on the back saying, "Oh, go have a good day, see you at the game," then they really not in your corner. You know, if you
yes.
it's obvious you don't have someone in your corner to be truthful with you and to really check you. And that's the problem with, a lot of these athletes in this era. The money is
Well,
getting astronomical. So you got a bunch of yes people around you. And you
yeah.
don't
Who
got
gonna tell you
nobody
anything?
you don't have nobody that's willing to get you upset and let you know what it really is. Like, my man, why are you leaving the house with a purse? What do you have in there?
I told you, son. Lip gloss, man. Son, they
Yeah,
on
that's
national TV, son. The lip.
he
These
could have
dudes got to
he could
make
have put
sure,
that
son.
he could have put that in his wallet. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
lip gloss is only but so big. He could have put that in his wallet, man.
son. They got everything. You know what I'm saying? Lip gloss. You know these dudes, son. All we know, they could be walking around with tampons. Son. I don't know what these dudes got going on. Yo, like yo,
Oh,
so I'm just keeping
oh,
it
snap,
honest, man.
yo.
Don't put it
Yo,
past these
so we got
dudes,
to pivot
son.
on that, yo. We got to,
But yo, you got your man AI up here, son. We can take this off, take these dudes off. Man. I can't even look at this alone. But you got your man AI.
uh,
I came across.
yeah. We got to take that off, man. We got to take that off. Oh, man.
Yo, um,
Ah,
no, give me a
you a
minute,
fool for
son.
that, man. Ah,
Yo, shit. But shit. What I was about to say? Oh yeah, AI. Um, I came across. He just came into some bread. I forgot he had like some certain contract where he I don't know if you came across it because I just kind of skimmed through it.
yeah, I came
He
across it. So,
okay.
so he had a trust that was actually set up by Reebok, way
Oh, okay,
back
okay, okay.
when. So he's supposed to come into, he haven't come into it yet based on the articles and things of that nature that I've come across. So of course there's things out there saying he was able to access it and all of that type of stuff. But to my knowledge, he hasn't been able to access it yet. I believe he's able to access it in 2030 when he's 55 and it's
Okay.
32 million to me, which
Okay.
is amazing.
Yeah, beautiful,
Amazing. We
beautiful.
hear of all of these different we have all of these different stories of athletes going broke. And we know it's a multitude of things. When you come from poverty, like we come from and a lot of these athletes come from, you don't really learn about financial literacy. And then you feel like success equates to materialism. So immediately you start to, once you get the bag, you start to go get a big home. You start to go get a 6-figure car. Some people a 7-figure car. You start buying other homes for family members, things of that nature. And a lot of
Facts.
people feel like they should actually bring not just their family up, but their friends up. So the money sound good, back in the day when you signed for $50 million or something like that. But once you start understanding our tax codes and half of that is chopped off, and then they got agent fees and all of these other fees, and now you got 10 people trying to live off of what was left, which is probably 20 million or something of that nature for however many years, that's not as much money as people would think. So I know how people like to wag the finger at athletes pertaining to go broke. I think people actually enjoy it to a degree. And I never enjoy somebody going broke, regardless of how much money they was able to accumulate. So
Yeah.
To step in, for Reebok to step in and actually create a trust for somebody that we know was kind of mishandling his money, and this man don't gotta close his eyes broke or live his latter years broke, and he can actually come into this money later in life. I think that's pretty dope and amazing.
No, I agree with you. It's super dope, and we all know, you learn from experience, right? So I expect you to be able to smarten up in your latter years of life on what to do with money, how to handle it, things of that nature. Especially like you said, coming from where we come from, it ain't like nobody's there to teach you it. You the first. You
Mhm.
just gotta you learn it on the fly. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell somebody that haven't had shit that now they with millions and millions of dollars. It seemed like the world. It seemed like the world.
Mhm.
It seemed impossible to go broke. Somebody telling you you're gonna go broke with a 50 million contract sounds freaking ridiculous when you come from nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
yo, 100,000 sound freaking crazy. So 50 million, nigga, this should have taken me a million years to go broke. What you talking about?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I can spend this however I
Yeah.
want to spend it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
I agree 100%. I mean, it was. I don't know. Did he play a part in working that out? Or this was Reebok idea? Do you know like who idea was?
To my knowledge, it was Reebok idea. And of course, they
That's
can't do
dope.
anything without your consent,
Yeah,
you
he still
know?
had to think
So,
about it. Yeah, he still had to consent it.
yeah, they
That's
can't do
dope.
anything without your consent. But for them to even think about that, of course, in a time, to be truthful, that's the only time I ever heard of a company creating a trust for one of the athletes that was under their umbrella. And we know Iverson was a big thing when it came to Reebok. He actually kind of made their brand blow when you think about the
Yeah.
answer and all of the
He was the face of
commercials.
Reebok. He was literally the
Yeah.
face. You know what I'm saying? And they
I
was
mean, you
trend
remember
setting
the
at the time.
commercial? You remember the commercial with Jada
The
Kiss and
kids
all of
and
those
all
things,
that. Yeah.
which to me made the NBA even want to pivot more away from the hip hop kind of NBA collaboration because you started to see a lot more of that. And then the way the players was dressing and all of those different things, they wanted to get away from that type of image. So it's weird that they got away from that. And we did go to business and, kind of business casual. And then all of a sudden, we in 2025, and now we just in feminine casual,
Yeah, we in the
So
LGBT, whatever that
we
is. Yeah, we tilling the lines with that right now. You know what I'm saying? We kind of went into
yeah.
those
So
letters. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree 1,000%. I mean, it was dope for him to even have the mindset because most dudes would be like, "Yo, get the hell out of here with that. Give me my bread up front.
mhm,
I need all of mine." You know what I'm saying? I need it now. You know, so I mean, for him, even whoever brought it up, that was dope of him. Whoever thought of that in Reebok, kudos to you. That was definitely dope. And for him to even have the mindset to say, okay, this is a dope idea, I'm with it. I mean, it's dope. I mean, especially in that era, I don't know if dudes was thinking about no trust funds or anything of that nature. Like I said, come from where we come
yeah,
from, you're not even well educated on something like that to be talking about a damn trust fund. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
to even
And
understand
when
it,
you
you know what I'm saying? So
come from poverty, when you actually come from poverty, when you look at the black culture, it literally shows you how to go broke. Everything that's attached to the
that's a
black
fact.
culture is consumption, consuming to show that you are successful. There's no other culture on the planet that buy as many materialistic things when they come into money than the black culture. So that was aligned with hip hop. And those guys coming from poverty, they was aligned with that culture. So it made complete sense to watch dudes go broke one after another, regardless of what type of big contracts they were signing. Like I said, they were taking care of more than themselves. And to be materialistic to that degree, and other people want to literally look like you and have the things you have on the same level, and you're providing those things, it's not if you're going to go broke, it's when you're going to go broke. And it's just
Yeah.
a matter of time at that point. So we got to really educate our youth coming through the black community pertaining to people that's coming from poverty, true financial literacy. And if I could say anything, I would tell them do the opposite of the culture. If you just do the opposite, you'll be fine. But if you look at the culture and you feel like I got to get all this materialistic stuff to show that I'm successful, you just going to be another sad tale because Iverson, like I said, is the only person that I've heard one of these sneaker companies doing a trust or anything of that nature to make sure he got money later in life.
Word. Nah, that's 100% facts, man. I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah. And
I
it's
agree with you
dope
with that.
because it's not their responsibility. And I just
Yeah,
want to
not at
say that
all.
it's
Not
dope
at all.
because it's not their responsibility.
Yeah,
I got a contract with you. I'm gonna pay you for the work that you do. Whatever
and
you
that's
do
it.
with that, that's on you. That's on you. So I hate when people feel like these companies owe these athletes something. it was an even transaction. They gave them their
Yeah,
likeness, pertaining to their brand, and they paid them healthy. They paid them amazingly. So again, they don't owe them anything, and that's why I said it's dope.
yeah, I agree 100%. And when you talk about financial literacy and things of that nature, I agree 1000%. And I had also came across, which I thought was intriguing, while we kind of on the subject of finances and things of that nature. The freaking Lakers owner, I guess, what's that, Genie Bus or the Bus family, just selling the
Hmm.
Lakers for 10 billion, which is crazy. Is I don't know what they got it for, how much they got it for, but that's those astronomical numbers, man. To be able to go,
67.5 million.
yeah, crazy. And you know when they got it? What year was that? Roughly.
I, no, I can't recall a year. I can't recall a year. I'm
Let's
not
see.
sure if it was in the 70s. I'm not sure if it was in the 70s, but they got it before Magic, I believe, before Magic got there. So
Yeah, 1979. 1979. Crazy. So they bought it in
yeah.
1979 for 67.5 million, and they end up selling it for 10 billion. Um, what's your thoughts on that, man?
I mean, 10 bill, that's a lot of money, man. That's that's
You ain't
that's a
never lie.
lot of if
You
I
ain't never
see
lie.
GB Bus, I may need to hold something, 10 bill. Of
Yeah,
course we
you
gotta
and me
share that
both.
wealth, so I may need to hold something.
Yeah,
Again,
Magic probably saying the same thing right now. Magic probably at her doorstep, ringing the bell, yo.
yeah, so Magic already sitting on business, so he good,
Yeah, well, it don't matter. Now I feel like he probably feel like he turned that franchise around, son. He probably feel like he at least owed 1% of that. You know what I'm saying? Something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, 10 billion, we know that the the value of these daggone organizations is just going to continue to climb. And that's why the salaries pertaining to a lot of these players just continue to climb. So,
Yeah,
with everything that's going on in society, pertaining to inflation and all of these different things, when you have an asset, whether it's a business or stock or real estate or any of those type of things, it's going to continue to grow when inflation comes. It's always going to outpace inflation. And this is just another key example, the power of ownership. It's amazing that we can dominate sports pertaining to basketball and football. And at the current moment, we don't have one black majority owner,
word.
not one.
And that's in both
Michael
sports we
Jordan was the
dominate.
last
That
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's in both
Michael.
sports we dominate. That's in football and basketball. Jordan was the last one. I know he sold his. And how much he sold Charlotte for? Do you remember?
No, I can't recall. I can't
Yeah,
recall
I
that
know he
number.
sold it for a
I know it
decent
was
stake.
I know it was billions.
Yeah, it
I
was
know it was
billions.
billions. It was billions, but it definitely wasn't close to double digit. It definitely wasn't close
Yeah,
to
yeah,
double
yeah.
digit
It
bill.
was in the low billions. I mean, it makes sense though. LA is in LA. That's a different historic franchise, so it makes sense the value being where it's at compared to the Charlotte Hornets. So that makes sense. But yeah, I agree with you. Just kind of sticking on what you were just touching on. I agree with you 100%. But also I think that's on us too, Mike. We don't have that conversation enough or stress the importance enough of making sure we own these teams. You know what I'm saying? And we spoke on this in the past. Like we don't. Not only do we not own the teams I mean, own teams in the sports that we dominate, but we don't have no ownership in the sports that we don't dominate, which is
Mm-hmm.
crazy to me, right? Like, ain't no black owners on no hockey team. Ain't no
Mm-hmm.
black owners on no top soccer teams or baseball teams or whatever the case might be. Ain't no majority black owners in any sports. And that
Mm-hmm.
conversation need to be had. And it's not because dudes don't got the money for it. So I think
Yeah.
something is really wrong with that in society, that haven't been allowed. Because I'm sure there's enough black dudes walking around with the money for it, even if not individually, could come together as a group or be part of a group, right? Because a lot of times when these teams is
Mm-hmm.
being purchased, what people don't speak on is not one person. A lot of times
Yeah.
it's groups coming together. You know what I'm saying? So, or come together as a group to actually purchase a team and things of that nature. So I find that intriguing that that conversation is not had, especially in the sports that we dominate. How we not allowed to be in that ownership, in those ownership rooms, making decisions for our own sport pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So here they are that they can not only own the sports that we dominate, but in the sports that we don't dominate, they own as well. So those conversations definitely need to be had. Letting black owners in, and I ain't talking about no minority owners either. I talking about no one
Yeah.
percent, 0.00 whatever percent. I'm talking about actually real ownership, having some say so on these teams, and we know how important that is when we looked at the situation with the draft that just passed with the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Definitely. But you and I have had this, discussion a few times, and we know it's the mindset. It's the mindset. And we was discussing culture, within the black community. A lot of times ownership is not preached. It
That's a
isn't
fact.
preached. People feel like you should be grateful when you hit a certain threshold of making money. So when you start to make a certain amount of money, if you talking about ownership and how you want to, climb to the next level pertaining to controlling your own destiny and creating certain wealth for you and your family, people are looking at you as if you are ingrate.
Yeah, that's a
Like
fact.
here this guy is making $200 million, and here I am making 50,000 a year, and he crying talking about he need ownership. So again, we really miseducated and we don't understand the importance of this stuff. The Bus family isn't worried about twisting an ankle. They're not worried about getting cut. They're not worried about getting traded to another city and moving your family. They're not worried about any of these things because that's not worries that owners have to worry about. So it always was weird to me that they would show all of these athletes what they make and how much I mean, they even got to the point now that they're not just saying salaries and what they make for 4 years or 5 years or for 1 year. Some of them, they breaking it down to the minute. Yo, this
Yeah,
guy is making such and
it's not what
such
you make it. He make it per minute,
a
per
minute.
hour, per year.
But
Word.
But if you go to Google and you try to figure out what these owners are making off of each season, no information is out there pertaining to that. This is the
Yeah,
only time they books is truly open to us when they sell. We don't know how much money they've generated over the years. Like you said, the Bus family purchased LA Lakers in 79, 1979. I wonder how much money they generated. Forget what they selling it for. How much money they generated profit since 79 to 2025. But these conversations aren't had. When we look at so-called nepotism, and I'll bring up LeBron for a second with Bronny, right? Everybody lost their mind pertaining to this man leveraging some power to get his son drafted. What, the last draft pick or whatever
yeah.
it
Second round,
was?
late
Like
second round, close to the last.
late
Yeah.
second round, close to the last, right?
Mm-hmm.
No big deal. But when the Bus family passed a whole daggone organization, that
Franchise.
way
Yeah.
franchise, I mean, you don't hear sound. It's
Yeah,
no big deal. It's
yeah,
no big deal.
and Mike, I'm gonna add on that. What standards was required to say that they are eligible or good enough to take on this franchise? Like, you're still taking on a sports team, right? Like, what
Mhm.
education do you have to have about basketball? What knowledge do you have to have about basketball, right? Like, you are the owner of this team,
Zero.
and people's livelihood is dependent on your decision making, right? Yeah, you hire people that's supposed to have knowledge and all that, but how can you hire somebody of knowledge when you have no knowledge yourself? How you know what the heck you hiring?
Mhm.
Just like I don't know what team it was. The football owner, female. She was like the daughter of the football owner. Do you know what team was it? The Panthers or something like that?
No, you sent it to me, but I don't recall.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
recall.
recall. I think it was
Somebody.
Miami. I think it was Miami.
It might have been. And I
I
respect the
think it was
shorty
the
so
Dolphins.
much. She said, I
Hmm.
wanna she actually started coming to practice, going to the meetings, right? She started wearing the headset, right, to see what these coaches call. And that don't mean you're gonna become an expert at it, and because this is what people have done their whole livelihood. So that don't mean you're gonna become an expert at over whatever X amount of time. But her putting the effort to say, I want to learn the sport that I am the owner of. So when I hire
Hmm.
a GM, or I hire this or I hire that, I know if what I'm hiring. I know if they actually good at their job, or have an idea if they good at their job. I can start figuring out, does this make sense? Does it not make sense? I'm asking questions and I'm really trying to learn. We don't have that in sports. These owners just don't have to meet no type of criteria in their sports to pass it down to their son or pass it down to their daughter. It just get passed down, and if the team go to trash, it go to trash.
And
Just
I
is what
think
it
that
is.
was, and Rod, I think that was Ursay, which was the coach. I think
You're
that was
right. It was
Ursay,
the
which was the
Colts, not
coach, not
Miami.
not
You're
not
100% right.
Miami,
Yeah,
not
but
not
I
not
loved
Miami.
it. Look, I love what she was doing. That needed to be done more. She was really sitting there trying to learn the game, trying to figure out the calls. She was asking questions. Look, why are we running this play on third down? Why are we running this play on first down? What sets are we in? Right? What's going on? Trying to learn it from an offense and a defense perspective. So she's like, look, when I want to go and hire a coach, this is expensive. I'm paying these people millions of dollars. I want to make sure that
Hmm.
they ain't just BSing me. I was just that way. I want to make sure I ain't just getting bullshitted when I'm about to throw X amount of millions to you, and you really don't know what the hell you're doing. And there's so
Yeah.
many owners, and like I said, you dealing with people's livelihood. At the end of the day, it may be a sport to some people, but this is how they feed their family. Some of these guys
Hmm.
is really chasing greatness. They chasing championships. They chasing all these things. And here I am at an organization where the owner don't have a goddamn clue what's going on and don't give a damn. And nobody speak on that. Nobody hold them to a standard. They're able to pass it from generation to generation. And like you said, what is that? If that's not nepotism, then I don't know what is. You got
Yeah.
livelihoods in
And
your hand, and you have no standard to meet. So yeah, I agree 100%. There was nothing wrong with LeBron getting his son into the league late in the second round, saying you're gonna learn on the job. You're gonna
yeah,
learn on the job, and that's
exactly.
basically what he did.
And I believe the real conversation that need to be had pertaining to this type of stuff is, the fake balance of so-called equality. This is why people, wind up losing their minds when it comes to so-called nepotism, because they have bought into this fake concept that we all equal. Like, none
Word.
of us are equal. Men versus men aren't equal. You and I aren't equal. Women and men, women against women. It really doesn't matter. We all are born with different gifts and traits that make us who we are. We're not equal pertaining to anything. So when you look at that from a financial perspective, how can you be equal with somebody that just inherited, based on, of course, their parents owning something, just inherited a franchise that was worth billions of dollars, and here you are starting from scratch. And this is the problem. This is the conversation that need to be had pertaining to the black community. because they don't understand that we are supposed to leave something to the next generation. It's not going to help if we don't educate the next generation on financial literacy. But if you educate them and you're able to leave them something, then it's going to give them a lot more opportunities in life in regards to doing the things that they love. Economics matter, especially in this capitalist society. So we got to change the narrative in regards to the Black community and really start embracing ownership more, not just for yourself, but for your next generation. So they don't have to start from zero. And a lot of people that come from what we come from, poverty, they start in that zero, trying to figure it out.
Mm.
While others have already started their financial economic race due to what their parents did prior.
And I'm gonna slightly add to it. I'm a little bit pivot, but I just want to add slightly. And I don't want dudes to get it twisted. There's nothing wrong with hard work. That don't mean you stop working hard or you work less. Um, it kind of leads me to the Shador situation. I want to touch on that a little bit. Because he's
Mm-hmm.
considered a nepo baby. I don't know how, what some people call nepo baby, and it
Mm-hmm.
just shows. Even though he probably had uh a privileged situation in a sense, right? Probably was able to get some of the best coaches, right? Or like you would say, a Tom Brady training you. Like not many people can say, "Yo, I had a Tom Brady," even if it was for a couple of vices. You know what I'm saying? To say I could had a Tom
Mm-hmm.
Brady or some of the best to ever do it, or some of the GOATs, or some of the greatest coaches, or like you said, we're not equal to even his situation. To be born in that situation, to have a dad that was a Hall of Famer in the sport that he decided that he was going to play, that understood the sport in and out to be able to give you those views and that information. Even with that, it's still what you do with it. You know what I'm saying? It's still what you do with it. So it really don't matter how it start. It's really how it finish. And we all gonna be starting from different places. Some people gonna start with a super head start, and we done seen companies collapse that was passed down to children. You know what I'm saying? Dude
Mm-hmm.
built the empire. You pass it down to your son or your daughter, and due to them not having the same work ethic and things of that nature and the same mindset or intelligence, they collapsed the whole empire. You know what I'm saying? After that was worked for years to be built upon. So it's not really where you start. It's technically where you finish. So it's certain I don't want to call it characteristics. I'm looking traits, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you gotta install in, the ones after you regardless. So it's not just passing down
Yeah.
the things of finances of that nature, but those traits got to be passed down as well, because empires crumble. You know what I'm saying? So you work that hard to build an empire just to watch the next generation make it crumble. It doesn't make any sense. But what I was speaking on with the Shador situation, let me ask you this while we on the topic of him. Um, how do you feel about his chances of starting at Cleveland?
Not good right now. Some of the articles I'm reading, it seemed like he has a uphill battle to fight. We know the draft status matter just pertaining to getting snaps. So for that man to go the fifth round based on his talent and ability is atrocious. Like that was one of the more atrocious drafts I've watched in a lot of years. So sometimes they talking about nepo baby. Sometimes when you coming from a celebrity or somebody that did it before you, sometimes you get the short end of the stick. And he got the short end of the stick when it came to the NFL draft that nobody talks about. You and I, we tuned into Colorado. We was locked in because once we realized he wasn't prime son, he was actually Shador Sanders and super talented. We wanted to see more. And year one and year two in Colorado, this man was running for his life. He was literally running for his life once they snapped the ball. That man was literally any given Sunday. I call him Willie Bean. If anybody's seen, if anybody seen that movie Any Given Sunday, when Willie Beeman was feeling himself, and I'm not saying Shador was feeling himself, but the way it played out, it looked like he was Willie Beeman. Willie Beeman was feeling himself in the movie, and his line just decided, yo, they gonna move and let this man get cracked. And when you turned on a Colorado game, the first year and second year got a little bit better, but he was still running for his life. But when you turned on a Colorado game, that's literally what you saw. This man was Willie Beeman for any given Sunday. And for him to lead the NCAA football in accuracy in regards to passing, when you Willie Beeman, that's insane. Like, yo, that's completely insane to me. So for you to not give that man his flowers, anybody that understand football understand that every game, forget the skilled players, forget the wide receivers and tight ends and all of that type of stuff. You win football games in the trenches. Them big fellas, offensive line, defensive line. And for they offensive line to be that bad, and for this guy to look that good and cool and collective in the pocket, to me, it looked when he back there, even though it seemed like he running for his life, it looked like he eating a sandwich. It looked like he's so calm and comfortable. I haven't seen that. And it has nothing to do with Dion. It has nothing to do with Prime, me giving him that assessment. It has everything to do with Shador. Because, yeah, the Prime name got us to tune in. But Shador kept us coming back based on his skill set.
That's a fact.
So for them to disrespect that and the accuracy, like I said, and how he moved in the pocket and his calmness, all of that stuff to me translate to the NFL level. So we already know what was going on pertaining to the owners. They wanted to prove a point to Prime, and Shador got the short end of the stick by actually being his son. So they proved their point by telling people, and this is my honest opinion, by telling people, do not draft this kid, because some of the quarterbacks that went before this man is laughable.
Yeah,
it's laughable.
It's atrocious. That's exactly what it is. But I'm gonna say this before I even get into some of the stuff you spoke on. I'm gonna say this. I've been seeing a few things when it comes to pretty much like after he got drafted and things of that nature, right? Hold on. Yeah, I saw basically dudes basically saying like, yo, it's not about where you get drafted, right? You're in the league now. Now make the best out of it, right? Go up this uphill, and that's what we was talking about as far as. Well, let me just finish this thought before I even kind of connect it. Basically talking about how you got this. It's an uphill battle, right? But it's doable, right? Now climb this uphill battle, make it happen. I mean, even when you saw Tom Brady speaking on it, right? It's not about when you get drafted. It's about what you do once you get drafted, right? But now you're a four-string quarterback, and we know he shouldn't have to go through that, right? So it's kind of like this conversation we was talking about with as far as passing things down, right? Passing whether it's some ownership or some type of finances down to the next generation, right? So they won't have to go through things that's probably could be unnecessary, right? And so I'm kind of sick of that type of to me it's like a cop out of not speaking on how he was treated in the draft. Right? Like you draft it now, make the best of it. You know what I'm saying? This dude at the end of the day. Yeah, so basically my whole thing, man, is don't try to bullshit dudes. Right? We know that they did some bullshit on the draft, and don't act like the draft don't matter. Like he's climbing an uphill battle that he shouldn't be climbing. He got a quarterback that's a higher strain that he shouldn't be in. You know what I'm saying? And then
Mhm.
they come out and act like everybody's gonna get an equal opportunity. That's more bullshit, right? Because we already hearing that through the workouts that they've been having so far, whether it's the mini camp, the OTAs, all this other bullshit. He haven't got one snap with the first string.
Mhm.
How you was rated top two quarterback, and then you come in there and you don't got one shot with the first string. And then I'm gonna add to this what people not realizing with the draft, how they did this kid so dirty. Everybody, usually when a young quarterback get drafted, dudes are drafting you as a franchise quarterback. Not necessarily for today, but of the future. Is I believe in you that one day you will take the throne and take this franchise and lead it. Right? So
Mhm.
even like we look at the Jackson Dart kid from Ole Miss, nobody's really expecting him to start with the Giants. He may end up starting later in the season, but nobody really expected him to probably start in the beginning of the season. But they have basically said we making an investment to be our future leader,
Agreed.
right? Even with the kid from Alabama, the Seahawks, they basically said, look, if
Mhm.
you look good, you will be our future. You get what I'm saying? If you look good in training and you pick up well, we're looking at you to be our future, right? Um, Cam Ward, he kind of the only one that got like, hey, we're looking for you to start right now. But even if he's not good enough to start right now, they have made the investment to say you will be our future, right? And the list go on and on and on. Shador is the only kid that got drafted that they literally saying sink or swim.
Mhm.
Is do something this year or he won't even be in the league because we're going to draft a quarterback over you. Because they already acquired all the first round picks that they needed to acquire.
Yeah.
And it's very clear that he won't be in the lead as a backup after this year. That's very clear.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I'm
what
saying?
they
So
not.
he's the only quarterback I think, and I'll let you go. He's the only quarterback that I have seen that was drafted and haven't, and a team didn't say, well, we least investing to you to be our future. And we know it
Mhm.
wasn't because of his talent. We could set that if it was because of his talent, but we know it wasn't because of his talent. So yeah, it's crazy. You know, like you were saying, all the Nepo baby talk. The dude bust his ass. He worked hard to be the top dude in college. It's not easy. Whatever people think, it ain't easy to go and play for your pops.
Yeah.
Especially not somebody of that stature. Because people are already expecting you to live up to that.
Yeah. And you and I, was having a conversation during the draft, and I was super surprised that the Giants did not pick up a Shador.
They
I
dropped the
said,
ball.
when you look at the comparison in regards to the last time the Giants won a Super Bowl, what did they have? You could say they had a Nepo baby or whatever they want to call this stupidness, and
Mm-hmm.
Eli Manning. What was Eli Manning built for? Well, Eli Manning was built for the lights.
The
To
lights.
me, I think Shador is a better talent than Eli Manning. Eli Manning shown over the years when the tough gets going, he rise to the occasion. And that's one thing I give Eli Manning. I take Eli Manning in the playoffs before I take Peyton Manning because he's shown year after year, regardless of what I look like in a regular season, regardless of what you think my skill set is, when the playoffs come and it's on the line, I'm your man. Not only am I going to win games, I'm going to be the reason a lot of times we win in games. So he showed me things that only the other quarterback that kind of had that chip, which is funny, which kind of aligns with this conversation, was Joe Flacco. They both was average quarterbacks until the playoffs came. And Eli more than Joe Flacco, and he got two chips. But we know, again, when you are drafting in New York, you got to think about the lights. We two New Yorkers. A lot of people can't make it in New York. And it's not because they're not talented. It presents a different challenge based on the culture. And the lights is so bright. The media, the fans, people don't care. They're not patting you on the back. They got that New York swag. And if they think you trash, they don't care if you a first round pick. They gonna say, yo, this dude is trash. Get him off the field. Get him out of here. And this is what every sport in New York. Shador was bred for the lights. So to not get a dude that showed up every time the spotlight was on him, he's shown not only am I good, but I'm beyond that. I may even be great. He never folded. And then you pick a quarterback that I literally seen with my own eyes fold against Alabama. Literally threw one into, two intos. They took an into back. He threw another into the next play. He literally
Yeah, I
folded.
don't even think that was against who that was against.
I
Was it
think that was
Alabama?
Alabama.
Yeah,
I
it
think
might have
that was
been.
Alabama.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, but yeah, I agree with you 100%. Um, you know how, and let me
Because
say this. Go ahead.
yeah, because with New York, like I said, it's beyond talent. And when you got somebody that was literally developed to handle the lights, I don't think nobody in this draft was groomed to handle the lights better than the Shador. So when you're looking
Yeah,
at the New York markets and you looking at your history pertaining to what the last time you won a championship, to me, this is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer based on his skill set and based on his confidence and how he have proven himself time and time again under the lights. The one thing you and I both agree on is if the Giants had drafted Shador, he not folding. Period. He's built different. And you got to start looking at players when you assessing them and forget about their 40 time and all of this stupidness when it comes to a quarterback. Who cares what this dude 40 is? If he in a pocket throwing lasers. Like who cares about this stupidness?
yeah. I want
So
to
we
add
understand,
to it.
yeah, but we understand that about other players, other positions. But the quarterback worrying about a 40 and worrying about all those things and not putting their mindset and whether they can handle the lights before those type of measurements to me is insane.
Yeah, it's stupidity. And I'm gonna add to what you're saying. And this go for all New York teams, man. All New York teams. And for any GM that got the New York job, because I'm gonna tell you right now, that whole New York coaching staff, from GM and everybody, gonna be fired for that stupid decision they made. And here's why I say this. All New York teams, when you're looking at franchise players, the number first thing you must look at is, can the guy handle the lights? Can he handle the pressure of New York? I don't care about his skill set. I don't care about his talent. I don't care about none of that. One thing we have seen New York do, it had made some of the most talented players in any sport look bad if they wasn't ready for the lights and the pressure of New York. There's no place like
Mm-hmm.
it. New York is the
Yep.
only place you would come in your own arena and get booed by your own damn crowd.
Yep.
New
Yep.
York, period. So you got to be built for New York. That's number one. And like you said, that was the only, I'm not going to say the only kid, but he was the best one when you look at as far as being built for the lights. So I think New York
Mm-hmm.
dropped the ball. And if you wasn't going to get Shador, the second best bet, if you were smart, who I don't think was ready yet, but if you're looking for the future, was the Alabama quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had to deal with some pressure of being an Alabama quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
But you don't go and get somebody that we have seen folded time and time, multiple times. We have seen
Mm-hmm.
folded when the games got big. We seen them fold more than he rise to the occasion. Right?
Yeah.
So that we've done seen shrink in big moments, and then you gonna go and put him on the New York lights. You lost your mind. You lost your mind. So anybody that has the GM jobs at any New York um organizations or franchises, you must look at Does this dude shrink or does he rise to the occasion? And like you said, dudes don't understand what was the recipe of success with the Giants. They had Eli, who was somebody that was built for big moments. He was
Yeah.
built already with a chip on his back because he's already coming in being compared to who? His brother, who everybody felt
Yeah.
was better already. So
Right.
the lights was already on. You're Peyton Manning, brother. The lights is on you. You gotta rise. You get what I'm saying? You gotta rise
Mhm.
to the occasion. And we seen that. Eli wasn't the most talented quarterback, but he left with 2 rings.
Yeah. And
Because when those lights
and
came on, he showed up.
right. And this is gonna sound crazy. And we gotta say it. We gotta say it's gonna sound crazy before we actually say it. Right? Eli Manning, and I'm talking about strictly the playoffs, was a better quarterback than Peyton Manning.
Oh
The
yeah, in the
playoffs.
playoffs, absolutely.
In the
Absolutely. Because
playoffs,
he
he
was
was
built
a
for those
better.
lights, Mike. Some
Let me say
people,
it.
Mike. Go ahead.
He was even a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is like, again, he was built for the lights. And when you look at, and let me say this, Rod, and I'm gonna let you go. When you look at skill set, they shouldn't even be in the same stratosphere. Peyton shouldn't be in the same stratosphere with Eli, and we know Aaron Rodgers shouldn't be in the same stratosphere when you're looking at skill set. This goes beyond skill set. It goes beyond talent and all of these different things, man. And you could tell a lot of times the little brother got a chip on his shoulder, and it showed. Eli went and got 2 championships, and not only did he get two, he stopped two, the GOAT. He stopped the GOAT from those 2 championships, I
Yeah, he
believe.
went and
New
got them
England.
out of Brady hands. Yeah. He went and snatched those right out of Brady hands. So I agree with you 100%, man. Some dudes got that dog in them. And it's you can't measure heart. And that's the problem when we say numbers lie. Because everybody want to look at
Mm-hmm.
analytics to measure everything. You can't, it ain't no analytic to explain heart. Ain't no analytic to explain toughness. Ain't no analytic to explain a dude that just rise to the occasion. Some people shrink,
Mm-hmm.
others rise. And there ain't no damn analytic for it. You could throw all the
Mm-hmm.
analytics out the window. You got to look with your own eyes and see, does this guy rise to the occasion? And some dudes got it. They skill set go to everything you claim they lacking, somehow they ain't lacking it when it's time.
Yep. Yep.
They
I
game
agree.
go to another level. They game go to another level. And I don't think dudes understand that. So yeah, definitely with the Shador kid, just to kind of slightly get back on subject with him. I do think he got a great I do think he would be able to start. Um I'm hoping he start the first week though. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think if any of those guys end up, and if I'm him, I think he should be hoping he able to start out the gate as well. Because if any of those guys end up having a solid year, and the Cleveland Browns expectation is so low, so a solid year could be 500.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a great year for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if any of them guys end up having a solid year, those quarterbacks, whether it's Flacco who led them to the playoffs before he left, or anything of that nature, and them guys end up having a solid year, the kid may not even see the field, which is
Mm-hmm.
effed up because he earned to be somebody, at least to give the opportunity to be somebody franchise quarterback. And like I said, that's not a big deal if they made the investment and said, look, you may not see the field this year, but we looking forward to seeing you in the future. We made the investment for you to be our quarterback in the future. We're not going to draft over you next year or something like that or that nature. You know what I'm saying? So that wouldn't be a big deal. But because they did that, they put him in a very sink or swim. They put all the odds against him. And when he do rise out of this scenario, because I believe he would, some people, like I said, they just built for it. They built for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So everything they throwing at this kid, you could tell he's built for it. I think he will rise out of this scenario. And when he do rise, the kid deserves his flowers. He deserves his flowers, and people need to be reminded how they stacked all the odds against him. And for him to still come out of that on top is going to say a lot. It's going to say a lot how
Yeah.
he's built. And that's what I was talking about, Mike, passing traits down, right? You could build an empire, but you always got to make sure you pass traits down. And you could tell Dion instilled certain traits in him that don't matter where you drop him off at. he gonna swim. You know what I'm saying? He ain't one of those that's gonna sink or shrink, and that's what we was talking about. Don't matter how much you could call him a nepo baby, and I don't care. You could get this another kid and have them train with Tom Brady and train with the best coaches and all that, and they still won't rise to the occasion when it's time to lace up and get on that field. They won't rise to the occasion because they don't have the traits and the demeanor to say, yo, I want to be great at this. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on the Shador. But what I will say, we got a special draft coming up, man, with the NBA. Um
Yeah,
with
definitely.
the uh the kid, and we got to watch him. We both took a look at him, man. I have a good feeling about the Cooper Flag kid. Think he's
Hmm.
super talented. I expect him to go number one. I think do Dallas got the number one pick, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes,
Or they got the best
yes.
chances? They already did it. They got number
I,
one.
I think they already got the number one pick.
All right,
They already got the number
Dallas.
one.
Assuming they got a healthy Kyrie, assuming they got a healthy Anthony Davis. This might sound crazy to people, but I'm telling you now, they better not trade that damn pick. A rookie Cooper Flag with that team, or a healthy team, is championship contenders. Assuming they got the same roster from last year, I felt they was pretty much championship contenders this year. I think that was a big move by that GM. I didn't like it originally, being honest, but I think that was a big move by that GM going to trade for Anthony Davis and getting rid of Luca. But I understood it if you're trying to win now. The only problem I have is Anthony Davis is never his dude is never healthy. Like you can't get a healthy season out of this man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Like I think when he came in and got hurt the first game, like you know what I'm saying?
the
Like
first, yo, I
and,
had a
and
bet in. I had a bet in, so I knew that man got hurt immediately, man. He got hurt
yeah,
immediately.
yeah, like and Kyrie haven't been the most healthy throughout his career. He had some healthy seasons, but he haven't been the most healthy throughout his career as well. But if that Dallas team could stay healthy, I think Cooper is a straight add-in piece. And I would want that role for Cooper. I don't think he need to come into a role where he's dominating the ball and the whole franchise is on his shoulders. I think he could grow into that stuff. So I would love for him to grow somewhere where he could fit right in. He could fit right in. He could give you whatever 16, 17 points a game his rookie season. Um, but the kid is talented, man. He's a talented piece, and I think he would fit right in right there in Dallas. So if I'm Dallas, don't trade that pick, man, for nothing. Because I know they saying they want to win now, so it don't make sense to have a rookie and things of that nature. Go and get another piece that could play. That kid is ready now. He's pro
Yeah.
ready. He's pro ready right now, and he fits right in. Like he has to make no adjustments. He have to make no
Hmm.
adjustments. So I definitely look forward to this draft coming up. Also, yeah, Ultimata, what do you call it? Alamada. I forgot. Am I pronouncing it
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I said
yeah, yeah.
ultimatum. Almada. Yo, Ruckus. If us, I know you got they got two kids that they speaking. I think they speaking top 10 for both of them. The Harper
Mhm.
kid, which is ain't that Ron Harper's son?
Yeah, that's Ron Harper's son. Hmm.
Yeah, tough, and then the Ace Bailey kid. But definitely want to get your thoughts on the draft coming up, man. How you felt about it?
Well, when you and I, actually got a chance to look at Cooper Flag, I told you from the jump, he a superstar. And I don't use that lightly because to me, a superstar is a multitude of ability, and he's able to get his in the flow of a game and not really dominate the game. Similar to, somebody like a Jimmy Butler would do, but way more talented than a Jimmy Butler. So
Word.
he understands how to play the game. And that's hard to say in this era of analytics. But like this is why we say numbers lie, because people believe players are superstars because we use this term too loosely in regards to people getting stats. Cooper Flag is a winner. He's a superstar because he put his imprint on the game to win games. He's just not out there getting stats. If he wanted to just be out there getting stats, he could have averaged so many more points, so many more assists, so many more rebounds. But he fits in and he give his team exactly what they
What they
need to
need.
get over the hump. They should have won a national championship. Really. Duke should have won a national championship with Cooper Flag. And I'm in agreement with you that the Mavericks saying that AD is actually healthy and Kyrie is actually healthy and don't come back a shell of itself, but the Kyrie that we know and love, I think that'll be an amazing fit for him as long as they run offense. Don't start just posting Anthony Davis up every time down the court and letting him go one-on-one. That, to me, that's a system for disaster. To me, just run offense. Cooper Flag will get his in the offense, and he's not going to step on anybody's toes while he's doing it. Not
Yeah.
only that, he's currently, even though he's super young, he's a two-way player. And we got to use these terms now because since we have globalized the game, we got so many European and now American players that don't even know how to play defense because it's not incentivized. So dude, just come on the court, tell the coach, hide me wherever you need to hide me. And then when offense come, give me the ball. You don't have to worry about those things with Cooper Flag. He's already a great defensive player. He's already a great offensive player. I just don't want him to get caught up in the NBA analytics game, worrying about how much he averaged and all of those things, and continue to play the game the right way. Because right now he plays the game the right way. And some people who played the game the right way, they come to the NBA, and because you want to solidify yourself as an all-star and you want to get these big contracts, they start to dominate the ball because you can. Most of the times, if you don't got like a Hall of Fame coach, the superstar, especially when somebody's drafted number one, is going to have probably more say than the coach, which is insane to me when it comes to NBA basketball. So if Cooper Flag stay the same, he's going to be a special player, man. He's going to be a perennial all-star player. His athleticism, how he put the ball on the floor, he's already a pretty good shooter. He defends. He do everything you would want out of your superstar. That's a piece you build around to win championships.
Yeah, I agree with you 1000%. That was well explained, man. I agree with you 1000%. Let me ask you this, before we wrap this up, because we kind of know he's going to be number one. Um, do you see anybody kind of being the number two pick or number three? That's a good pick.
Well, to touch on the Dylan Harper, the point guard, that went to my school, Rutgers. To me, I think he's super talented in this era. I didn't really get a chance to really see the Bailey kid. I know I seen glimpses based on the game that I seen, but I didn't really get a chance to truly assess his skill set, to give a major take. But I got a chance to see the Dylan Harper, up close, and I like what I seen. Pertaining to his athleticism, his niftiness, the way he shoot the ball, those type of things. When you have an open game, the way that NBA is open, and you have some of those skill sets, more than likely you're going to be successful. The
Yeah,
only thing I'm not sure of, again, and you would assume, based again on this Nepo baby stuff and all of this stupidness, right? Because these are kids that actually earned their rankings and earned, being looked at as top draft picks, no different than Shador. The only thing is that you're looking at that you really can't see is, the mentality and what his work ethic is, which I'm not sure. But if he has a great work ethic and comes in with the right mentality, then he definitely can be a good piece on a good team. But he has kind of like that true point guard type, but he scores the ball well. So I think he'll still fit in and, like I said, be a good piece for a team.
Yeah, I like him as well. Change to the Ace Bailey kid. I like him as well. I think he's still raw. The Ace Bailey kid, but I think he has some. I think it's some things there. Um, but I think he's still a raw talent. The Harper kid, I think he's pretty much. He's a little probably more ready to go. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
For the league. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think it should be an interesting draft. We'll leave it with that, man. Wrap it up with that right there. Um, Look forward to seeing y'all guys on the next episode.
You already know.